I think as you're telling us this, what's going through my mind is the need for individualized therapy and thinking through each patient's desires and wishes around what works best for them, and weighing the overall sort of weight loss goals and adherence goals, etc. But there are other things that also go into the calculus. I've heard from leaders like yourself and others that women tend to lose more weight on these medications, and people living with diabetes tend to lose less weight. So, do those things enter into your algorithm as you're thinking through the choices?
That's a really good question. Maybe not as much as you would expect.
Mhm.
It is something that could be discussed with the person. But really, I would say in general, these drugs appear to be beneficial in many different ways for men and women, for people with and without diabetes. So I certainly don't refrain from offering these as a meaningful intervention, for example, to men, even though they may lose a little bit less on average than women do. And people with diabetes, as you have mentioned across trials, lose a bit less weight than people without diabetes, but they may even benefit more from a
From a
cardiovascular risk
cardiovascular standpoint.
perspective. Yeah. So
Exactly. Mhm.
yeah, so I mean, those are things that can be considered and discussed, but it's important to remember that each individual has their own path forward, and I think the most important thing is trying to find a route of administration that the person finds acceptable and can do on a consistent basis, that they're going to tolerate well, and that again can be a long-term management option for them. So, and now we have so many more options than we have had in the past. It's really rather incredible.